Grand Rising family, listen, I've been getting a lot of hits talking about, hey, we saw your video. We've been talking about modular. You was talking about modular homes. How can I use modular homes that gain my first home as in to make money in today's time? So why don't you go a little bit deeper, Sergeant Sales? So I say, what? Let me make this video. So let's go a little bit deeper. Who am I? Kareem Lewis, just in case you didn't know, your trusted veteran wealth builder, aka Sergeant Sales, and I'm back again. Hot topic: modular homes. If you haven't already, go ahead and make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow. Help me, help you, help us. Right? Let's get into it. Modular homes. What is the secret sauce behind modular homes? Right? You've probably been seeing it. Like I said, you see my videos, you see me talking about it. So let me go a little bit further. So as always, right? If you ever want some mentorship about this, right, that goes beyond these videos, because I do that, right? So if you need mentorship, you need some lessons, you're trying to learn a little something, hit me up, 346-589-8925. We can set up some calls, 30-minute, hour calls, of course, for a fee, not for free, right? Because time is valuable, my time, your time, all time, right? So you need that, hit me up, 346-589-8925, right? So now let's get into it, right? Modular homes. Let's break it down two ways. The first way, as a home buyer, right? How can you use modular homes, manufactured home, as a secret sauce, the key into getting a home, your first time home? So now, modular homes, manufactured homes. If you think mobile homes, like back in the day, you used to think about a mobile home, it's trashy, it wasn't the best looking things, right? But if you look up, and I want each and every one of y'all to look up manufactured homes, look up modular homes, you'll see in today's time a lot of these brand new site build homes, construction homes, and walk and tour, right? You'll see that the materials is dang near the same, if not sometimes better than some of these new construction homes. Fact. Now, what's the secret behind modular home, manufactured homes? Guess what? A lot of times, especially when you have bad credit, right? Because a lot of people, a lot of people make good money, but they might not have the credit, which if you have bad credit, I've been screaming it. If you need your credit, right? You need help with your credit, hit me up, 346-589-8925. Let's get you set up. So then you don't got to worry about that. You can get you a regular loan. But now, manufactured homes, right?
On the Holcomb Bridge Road.
Cater when you go to the dealerships, right? And you might say dealership. Why I'm going to a dealership instead of the builders? They call them right now. Manufactured home, modular homes. The differences between the two, right? Because if you go and you'll see them, you'll go, they'll have some homes set up, and you'll look at it, and you'll be like, wow, these look like you can move them. And the difference is the manufactured homes, the chassis that they're built on, you can see they have a frame and they have wheels. That's how they're being able to be carried. Modular homes usually don't have those wheels. They have the chassis, but they have a chassis that's built to be set on permanent foundation. It's a fix, it's locked in, and now it becomes a permanent fixture. Right? When you have a home, a manufactured home or a modular home, right? When you lock it in to a permanent foundation, now the mobile is removed. It's a home. It's locked in. It's in place. It becomes permanent property and it appreciates just like regular homes in the area. Now, the key to it, right? Just being full transparent, being real. You know me, I'm give you the truth, right? With a modular home, there's a code, a HUD code, right? And this is key. Modular homes, they have a certain code that once it's set up and you're in it, right? That code will automatically, when it goes to title and,
For the paperwork engineering this morning. Left 2 inches, turn left onto the US 19 Georgia 400 South.
now it'll appraise for even more. Right? Whereas a manufactured home, it will appraise, but not as much because of that code. When it shows up, when, it's time to sell that home, they're going to see it. And it's just, it's a little difference, right? So now, but A manufactured home you can usually get a little bit cheaper, and that's the modular homes will cost more, right? Then a manufactured home would be cheaper. Both you can go ahead and lock in on permanent fixtures, and you can make it into a home. They both will appraise, but modular homes will be your best bet. So now let's go through the process to get set up. What I'm talking about is first, you got to find you your trusted realtor like me, right? And you know me, I am your Texas realtor. I might have, went ahead and transitioned to Georgia, and I'm in the process of switching over my license now. But like I told you, I can help anyone in any state because of my partnerships that I have with several other realtors. So guess what? I can get you assisted. So if this is what you're thinking about, trying to use a modular home, manufactured home as your first time home purchase, hit me up, 346-589-8925, and we get you there. So now the process of it is this. You get you a realtor, you get me, you call me up. We ain't even gonna talk about nothing else. You're gonna call me up, hey Kareem, I'm trying to get down with this plan. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna check your credit, right? Let's see where your credit is at. And I have a way that we can check all three of your credit for free, right? And we're going to do it, pull up the full report, see where you at, right? Based on your score, based on your credit report, I'm going to advise you either A, you can get a regular mortgage, right? A regular mortgage, or, we might have to go a different financing. Now, the cool thing about modular home, manufactured home financing is that they do have programs for people with bad credit. So where you might not be approved for traditional homes, you can get approved for a manufactured modular home, but you're going to have to put money down. Remember, I always say your credit, right? Credit opens up the door more than and anytime you got bad credit, you're going to pay out more bread to get the same things that somebody say they got a 7 on. They don't have to. So same thing, if the worse your credit is, the more money you're going to have to put down, right? Too easy. But the success rate or the approval rates with manufactured homes with people with bad credit, as long as you had a job and you at least been making rent payments and you figure whatever you're paying for rent, you can find a home that fits around that same spiel. You can find somebody to finance a home, right? And of course, how much you're approved for is based on your income and things like that, right? So let's say we go through all of that. We set up a financial plan for you, bet. Now we ready to rock and roll, we go, right? And so now we go to the mobile home dealerships, right? Where they got the homes on display so you can walk, you can tour, you can feel, you can see it firsthand. What you're going to get, what they feel like, and then you got to make a decision like, all right, I got to find out which one I want. So based on the amount that that you can get approved for, let me say it like that, because you might want those triple wide or those, now they got quad wide homes that, you can get approved for if you got the money, because, the bigger the home, the more bells and whistles they got, the more it's going to cost. So we get you approved. We find one that's in the price range. Now we got the home. The next part of it is you got to find the land, right? Most of the time when you think modular home, manufactured homes, you always think, oh man, I got to go out there in the bush, in the countryside, find some land, give me about 1 acre, 2 acre, 10 acres, set it down, brick it in. I'm good. That's not the case. Based on where you live, based on zoning laws, every city, state is a little different, but you can always find lots, right? That's not a part of any, you can't be in a community, right? You can find regular plots of land that you can find where you'll see homes being built, communities. They're not part of HOA, because if it's part of an HOA, they not going to play. So, we're not looking for HOA. It's going to be a non-HOA land, right? That's set up for or approved for modular homes, manufactured homes. It's going to have utilities there as well. So that's the key. You might say, what utilities? For the manufactured home, you got to hook it up. Just like if you're building up a site home, you need utilities. Usually you're going to be somewhere where they already got utilities that you can clock in. Now, most developers, when they find raw land that they develop in the land, they got to build in the sewer system, the electric system, the piping, the road, the mapping, all that, this stuff, this, that, and the third. But again, that's when you find a good realtor like myself, that can show you how to find land that's already set up. So all you need to do is get the foundation and get it going, right? So we find a piece of land that's not in the HOA, that everything fits the price, because you got to pay for the land, you got to pay for the modular home. And again, if you don't brick it in, right? Usually, if you don't brick it in, most banks, you usually have to go into one of them where they have multiple modular home, mobile homes, but they still on the wheels. They're not on permanent foundation where they can up and go and you got to pay the lot fee. But we not talking about that. We trying to hook you up to where it's a house that's going to appreciate. So that's the flow we going to go, right? So now we find a lot. It has utilities in place. It's no laws or nothing title, nothing against having the modular home there. It can fit the modular home, and we're going to get it bricked in. So once you pick that, you find it, they do the foundation, they get the home, they sit it down, lock it in, boom, finance come, that's your home, right? So that's that in a nutshell. So now for my investors, right, if you've been hearing what I'm saying for the buyers, your mind should already be racing like, yo, how can I use this for my play? Because I know for my investors, one of the biggest things right now is a lot of investors are becoming builders themselves, where they buying lots, same concept. I find a lot, has utilities, and I build up home or fourplex, a town home, duplex, whatever, right? But as a builder, when you're building yourself, you already know, first of all, there's a lot of cost behind it. There's cost and there's time. And one of the biggest killers when you're an investor and you're building up your own construction is the time that you finish to complete, because you can't sell a home until it's complete. And then to sell a home, you're going to need at least 30 to 90 days, and in some cases, a little bit longer. But again, you're not making no money until the home is complete. And if it's taking anywhere from 3-6 months, I even saw somebody, it took them dang near a whole year. So you're making payments because you got to repay back that loan. You're always going to repay it, right? But if you're not selling it, you're not renting, you're not making money, you're losing money. So time is of the essence. So how do I speed up the process? Modular manufactured homes. Why? Because if you saw from my video, you can get this thing up within 30 days, right? So now imagine I get a home. I found a land. I can get a home up in 30 days. So that means within a total of 3 to 6, 3 months can be already sold a home. Really, within 45 days, I can already have a home sale. I pick a lot, already got it being built. If I list, boom, boom. So that is the fastest way to get your money in. Now, with manufactured homes, modular homes, they actually have duplex style. What? You didn't know that? Baby, they got duplexes. So imagine a same duplex, right? 3-bedroom, 2-bath, right? 2 sides. That it will take you 6 months to get this up. Permits, all this, it takes about 6 months. But now, say I find me a land, good spot, get the foundation, set the home in, 30 days later, then I'm collecting rent. Boy, that's the win of, it's a win. Then when you think of the purchase price, like I said, most manufactured modular homes, the process will still be less than building up a home right on site, right? Because there's less time, so it's going to come out you saving more money. So if I can save time and I can get a quality build, why not? And you might say, why are most people not doing that? Because they don't know. But now, because you're hearing it from me, your boy, Kareem Lewis. So if you want to know more, make sure you hit me up, 346-589-8925. And I guess no video of mine will never be a video unless we have secret sauce. I'm almost about to close this out without the secret sauce time. So, secret sauce. What is the secret sauce of modular homes? Guess what? Down payments, right? We already talked about, for most people, when you got the bad credit, because you're me and we can get you fixed, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you impatient, you like, yo, I want something right here, right now. I got the bread. I'm ready. Let's go. Right? Or if you say, Kareem, I'm hearing you talking about as a business, I want to get into investing, and I want to plug in, but maybe I don't have that much down payment, and I know when you doing business, you need about 20%. What if I told you there's a way to forego that, where you don't need 20% for, to get investment properties with these modular homes? Aha. Say if you can even get it for zero down and have investment properties. You want to know more? I can't tell you that much, but I'm telling you, I'm just leading you up, buttering your lips a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Wetting your whistles a little bit. Hit me up. So make sure, as always, put in the comments what you think about the video. If you have any questions, you want me to make videos about certain topics that you might have been thinking about. You're a new first-time home buyer, pondering, thinking about it. If you're a home seller, you're ready to sell. Maybe you need to upgrade, whatever it is, and you're trying to find the best way, secret sauce, how to get it done. You're an investor, you're trying to get in the game, or maybe you in the game, you're trying to expand, all the different ways, how to use rental arbitrage, how to get into transitional homes, group homes, all these different things that you hear about and you want the truth. So help you God. I am your source, boss of all time, Kareem Lewis, veteran wealth builder, Trinity Wealth Network. Remember that. Kareem Lewis, veteran wealth builder, Trinity Wealth Network. Don't forget it. Make sure you lock it in. 465898925. That's the number that makes it live for you. That's going to make them pockets jump and you can hear the chicken. So